Hey, I got a quick question for you. Can the average Joe, regular guy that owns a home service type business, build out their own website and make a decent looking website online? Well, in my opinion, I believe they can. And the reason I believe that is because I was one of those regular Joes. What up there, guys? Izzy here once again with Do It Yourself SEO, where I help home service business owners and contractors design and build out their own websites, do their own SEO, and get their business found online. And in this video, I want to talk about if the average Joe can basically build out their own website for their personal business. Well, in my opinion, I strongly believe that they can. And the reason that I believe that is because I tell people I was just an average Joe, truck driver, delivery driver that figured out some of these skills. And over time, I've been able to practice and do a lot better. And it can be done. The only problem is that there's so much information out there that it confuses the whole concept of doing everything and building out one of these websites. Another thing you have to really consider when the average Joe, you're an average Joe, you're thinking about building your own website. From what my experience through life now is that if you usually don't have the money to pay somebody for a particular service, more than likely you're going to have the time to figure out and do it yourself. Just like doing your brakes on your car, right? If you don't have any money to fix your brakes, you would probably go on YouTube, look up the car that you're going to change the brakes on, go through all the steps, go buy the parts, and go do it all yourself. You have the time. And usually, when you get older, you make a little bit more money, and you ain't got time for that crap. So you just go and pay somebody whatever it is you're going to pay to get those brakes fixed. So that's my whole opinion on that is, once you get to a point where you don't have enough time, you're working on your business so much, in my opinion, you just pay somebody to get it done and get it done professionally, get it done. But a lot of the problems that arise is that we live in this information age that now we're bombarded with so much information, so many damn options, there's so many things that it can confuse the average Joe when it comes to building out a website. Most of the information that I like to put out on this channel is information as if you were sitting here across from me at my desk here, you're a contractor, you're a home service, you're a friend of mine, and I explain some of this stuff in real simple terms because this online stuff can get real complicated real quick. So the very first thing you have to understand is when you build a website, all you have to do is go get a domain name. That's the very first thing you got to go do. The most common one for me that I've run into mostly with contractors, home service business owners is GoDaddy. Most people just go to GoDaddy. It's the one that comes to their mind, and that's where they go and get their done, their business, the domain name purchased. So your domain name is kind of like a phone number on your phone, right? That's just your phone number. And you go and get this phone number, you get service on your phone number from AT&T, Verizon, Sprint, T-Mobile, all these places. Same thing online. When you have your domain name, now you got to go build a website and host it on a platform. Like I said, GoDaddy is a place where they host websites. Bluehost, HostGator, Namecheap, Hosting. There's a bunch of them out there. So you have your domain name, and now you build a website and you get it hosted in one of these platforms. And it can range from 10, $20 a month, $100 a year, $200 a year. It's just a vast range of things that you'll pay for when building out one of these websites. The other option is places like Wix, Squarespace. This one is familiar to me now that I've just recently worked with was Duda, website builders, with Weebly, real basic stuff where basically they do all of that for you. You purchase the domain name there, you purchase the website, and everything's hosted on that platform like Wix. So everything's all combined. This is why a lot of people tend to gravitate towards Wix and Squarespace and those things like that, because it just seems like it's easy. You just go there and build out a website and get it all structured and get it all set up. Now, the problem with, once you start building out a website, there is so many options. There's so many things. There's so many things that you can do on a website. The way it's structured, the way it's designed, the outlines, I mean, everything. It's just overcomplicated, and I think it just confuses the hell out of just the average person, the average Joe. It reminds me a lot of like we basically have two cars. Me and my wife. I got an older Civic. She got a newer Toyota. But when I go into the Toyota, I can't even figure out how to turn on the AC. There's so many damn options on there. There's the blower, the climate, the rear climate, the front climate. There's so many options. I have no idea, and honestly, it pisses me off. But when I get into like my Civic, it's super simple. Why can't it just be simple? Just turn on my heat, turn on the cold, turn on the AC, turn it up high, turn it up low. Simple. basic. So when I build out websites, and what I've learned over the years is to create websites in a very simple manner, very simple options, and it goes a long ways. Less but better. That's one of the things I've been working on now, creating less but better. So, say for example, you are just a painter in Fresno, California. At the end of the day, all you're trying to do is create some kind of website. When somebody looks up a painter in their local area out there in Fresno, that your website will pop up, and they give you a phone call or they fill out the email form. That's the whole objective behind it all. What's the whole reason you should have a website? Shouldn't be some brochure you have online. So it's a way to generate leads for your business. So building a website for the average Joe, like I said, it could be overwhelming. But if you have a structure and a layout, I believe that anybody can do it. Back in the day when I first started learning all this SEO and website design, I built some crappy ass websites. But I did learn the fundamentals and the basics of SEO, which I talk about all the time. It's the title tag, meta description, the title, the H1s, H2s, H3s, and the content, all that stuff. As long as you followed all those rules, you're going to build a website that's going to rank. But getting to make them look good and like function, I mean, to me, it was very hard. So over the years, like I said, I took courses, I learned more. I learned more about WordPress and Wix and all these other places. So I've kind of like structured, I created some kind of like step by step formula now. So when people hired me to build out their website, so I could follow, because like I said, I had a very hard time at the beginning, but over the years, I structured this template, this design, this structure that it's pretty easy to follow, and it'll fit just about any type of business now. So here's a couple of examples of some ugly old websites I built a long time ago. So like this is when I was learning rank and rent, when I was taught to build fake business listings, fake websites, big fake businesses online, and create these lead generating websites. And then I would collect the leads and sell them to somebody who provides that service. So I started with a website, junk removal in Santa Barbara. And back then I built this on Weebly. It's still up there. You can see it right here. But there it is. This is a basic structure. And I mean, coming up with content was an absolute nightmare, because nobody had, when I was taught, they said, oh, all you have to do is follow these rules, write about 1,500 words of content, and you're good to go. So I'm like, where the hell do I write the content? I don't even, how do I come up with 1,500 words of content for junk removal services in Santa Barbara? I had absolutely no damn idea. So, like I said, it was a nightmare in doing so. And a lot of home service business owners and contractors, I would have the same problem. So naturally, when people reached out to me to build websites in other industries like paving and concrete and all these other places, roofing, I'm like, okay, how the hell am I supposed to come up with all this content? Well, with time, I said I created a formula to help me structure a website so it'll be easy to build out. But you can see, still following the rules of SEO here, this website ranked towards the top. Here's another one, Salinas, California, junk removal. You'll see my website's here sitting number one. Why? Because I followed the structures of SEO. I wrote all this content. I remember taking days and days and days to come up with this content. I wrote all by hand. And like I said, it was a pain in the ass to do it. And it's just like a very simple website. But like I said, over the years, I've structured a template to follow now, so it's easier to build. So this is why I say a regular Joe can build the website as long as they have some kind of template to follow. Like for example, somebody sent me an email and built out this auto repair website on their own, and I'm like, wow, that's really cool. They did this on their own, just following my formula. I thought that was really, really cool. Check that out. I've had some other guys, like another junk removal, younger guy over there, built his website too on his own out there in Queens, New York. Check it out. This is kind of my older template. This might have been a long time ago. I got more modern. It's a little more, it's a little slicker looking. But, he built out his own website, which I thought was really, really cool. This guy built out his own website too, following my stuff, following my videos and things like that. And he sent me information because he's basically ranking at the top. He said he's following all my basically principles that I teach here on this channel and all kinds of stuff. And I did take a look, junk removal in Peterborough. I don't know how to say that town, but I did take a look. There it is. There's his business right there. And I did see his website here. There's his website too, right there on that first page. And again, he's just the structure of the website. In my opinion, it makes it easy for just the average person to just kind of almost even naturally write their own stuff. And that's the thing. You don't really have to write it all the way now. It gives you the option to create little paragraphs. You know what I mean? So you fill that quota of the amount of content that you need on your website. Even on these days, I don't think you need as much as I was told several years ago. I think you get away with like even 800, 900,000 words of content. But when you build it like this, it makes it easy because, like right here, you got like 50 words there, you got 20 words there, another 50 there, 40, 40, 40, 30, 40. And then you quickly add up all the content. It quickly adds up, and you're telling the search engine what it is your website's all about. You're telling the customer what it's all about. It's structured in a way kind of like a funnel. So it kind of tells the person, hey, you landed for this junk removal in this town. Is this the issues that you're having? We are the solution for that problem that you have. And here's the options that we have for the solution of your problem. This is what makes us different. This is where you can expect from our services. Check out our reviews from people who have gotten services from us, and then follow a call to action and just contact. I mean, basic stuff. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's to generate a lead for your business. So can the average person, the average Joe, build out their own website? I sincerely believe that they can, if you have a template and basically a step-by-step process in order to make that happen. Now, if you have if you have a lot of time on your hands, you don't have a lot of money, then I say 100% you go for it. I'll provide the link to that Wix website as well as the WordPress website, so you guys could just click on them, take a look, and see if you want to structure it all the way for yourselves. If you actually want to download those templates and get all that stuff done, I'll have options in the description below. So it does like 80-90% of the work for you. But it's just a little extra work that you're gonna have to do, get all the stuff downloaded and all that good stuff right there. So that's what you're going to take, especially for something like WordPress. WordPress, it's a whole different animal, but in my opinion, after all the years of doing websites, to me, it's still the best option building the website. As a matter of fact, if you want to structure a WordPress website, I give you basically a breakdown of how to do that right here in this video right here. But other than that, that's all I wanted to share with you guys, that tell you that the average person can build their own website as long as they have the time to do it. If they don't have the time, just go ahead and get it done. Pay somebody to get that done. Alrighty, guys, that's all I got for you guys today. Until next time.